What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing very well. My name is Carlos, and in this video I want to be talking about the difference between Sydney and Gold Coast. Actually currently in Gold Coast. I moved here around 2 months ago and I'm absolutely loving it. It's a great spot to live in. I came here with my cousin like 2 years ago, probably 2022, November 2022. And yeah, we had a blast. We thought we had to move here. Actually, before that, we knew this was going to be a city that we liked because the weather is very nice. It's around 25 to 35 degrees in summer, and it doesn't go below 17 degrees, 15 degrees in winter. I haven't experienced any winter here yet, but I will. So I'll show you guys how it is when it gets here. So at the moment, first things first, excuse my English, not my first language. We're gonna go for a coffee. It's probably one of the biggest things that people do here in Australia. Every morning, get a coffee to get the day started. So I'll catch you guys in the coffee shop. All right, so here we are. Just found parking behind there. I was in a cafe, Pavilion Cafe, I think it's called, in Main Beach, but it's a bit of a mission to get a parking spot over there. So change plans. We're gonna go to a different cafe. I've never been to this one, but there seems to be plenty of cafes around, so the competition makes it good, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna be trying out a Lomlac. That's my go-to cafe always. So yeah, I'll show you guys around the street. Everyone exercises here, which is great. In the mornings, people go out for walks, runs, for the coffees for sure. So yeah, here we are. This is one of the busiest streets and very famous as well in Main Beach. So yeah, there's not many people yet because it's very early. Ooh, McLaren, nice car, eh? Pretty amazing. So yeah, it seems like the cafe I was coming to is closed. Bit of a shame, but we're gonna find another one. So yeah, stick around and I'll show you guys whenever I get the coffee. All right, cheers. All right, so we just got to this new place. It seems pretty busy at the moment, and yeah, we're gonna get a Lomlac takeaway. So I'm gonna show you guys the prices on the stuff as well, so you can have a bit of an idea of what it costs to get a coffee here. So stick around and I'm gonna show you. Alright, so now we have all the cafes here. Most of them are like $4 plus. So if you're on a budget, definitely don't go out for a coffee. It's not cheap, to be honest. I remember when I got here, coffees were probably like $3, which is like $1.50 to $2 USD. So yeah, it's becoming pretty expensive to get coffees here in Australia. But for now, I'm just gonna grab my Lomlac and we'll head down to the beach. Hi, how are you? I'm just gonna grab a Lomlac, please. Large, no sugar, Make it strong if you can.
So that was only 3 shots. You want
Oh,
4
beautiful.
or 3?
No, that's
Okay.
great.
Okay.
That's good. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that takeaway?
Takeaway, please. Yeah.
Can I get your name?
Carlos. Thanks a lot.
Just on the side, yeah.
Thank you. Did it work? Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. All right, so we just got the coffee. I thought it was gonna be $6, but $5.50 at the end, which is all right, but I'm used to making the coffee myself, so yeah, I don't like spending too much on coffees outside. Pretty expensive if you add up on the week. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for the coffee and we're gonna head down to the beach. All right, here we go. Got the coffee, so now we're gonna be heading off to the beach. So I'm gonna show you one of my favorite spots. It's literally 7 minutes, I think it is, or 6 minutes away from home. So I go to this place probably like twice a week, 3 times a week, after work or sometimes on the weekends. So yeah, see you guys there. There's plenty of buildings being built at the moment here in Gold Coast, but please stop it. Nah, not really, but yeah, I just don't want this city to go big and crazy and hectic, same as Sydney and Melbourne. So yeah, that's what I think. All right guys, so here we are. Just got here to a spot that I like a lot. It's pretty busy today because yeah, it's Saturday, and Saturday, sunny. It's only one way to go, beach. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys around. This is stunning today. It's looking absolutely beautiful. We're actually gonna go through here. So yeah, as I said this morning, there's plenty of people around just running, walking around, you know, very healthy lifestyle. And here we are. This is Main Beach. Pretty amazing spot. I love it. There's plenty of shade around over here, which I love. And yeah, there's plenty of people around. Like, actually on this spot, I don't know if you can see the people pretty well on here, but yeah, that's like a lot of people. Normally there's only like 5 to 10 people around, but yeah, obviously as you go down to Surfers Paradise, it actually gets busier. But for now, in this video, we're only going to be here today. So yeah, we're going to get started talking about the differences between Sydney and Gold Coast. And one of the main things that I realized since I got here was the fact that people have a very different lifestyle. It's not the same as Sydney in a way that it's busy and hectic all the time and people are working but not living, or at least that's the feeling that I had there. And especially because I didn't live close to the beach, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do here in Australia. So yeah, main thing is that people have normal lives here, but they concentrate a lot on spending time in places like this. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Another thing I realized when I got here is the difference in the traffic. There's not much traffic here in Gold Coast. People say there is, especially Aussies that have been here forever, because obviously as time goes, there's more people coming here into Gold Coast because, I mean, we're all seeing it. It's a beautiful, beautiful city, beautiful spot to live at. So yeah, people think it's crazy sometimes. Probably the M1, which is the highway that gets you to Brisbane Gold Coast, and that's the one that takes you down to Sydney as well. It's pretty, well, I wouldn't say busy, but yes, normally Fridays and peak times is sort of, yeah, it gets busy, but the difference is about 5 to 10 minutes, so it's not as much as Sydney. I remember sitting in traffic for, well, and in Sydney as well, like being from South America, if you're in, I don't know, any big city in South America, you're going to be spending a lot of time in traffic, a lot. So people complain about traffic in Australia, but it's not as bad as many other countries. So yeah, the traffic, definitely one of them. Distances are very short, so yeah, if you're planning to go to the beach and you're around Gold Coast suburbs, it takes you about 10 to 15, 20 minutes probably to go to the closest beach, and that's a lot. Like, I'm in a spot in Southport that takes me literally 5 to 7 minutes to get here, so pretty convenient. All right, another thing that I realized when I got here, I don't know if this is because I used to live in a suburb in Sydney. It's called Parramatta, and there's a lot of people from every country that you can imagine. A lot of people from India, Asia in general. There's a lot of Lebanese people, Arabs in Parramatta. So I don't know, it's not that I didn't want to make friends with them, but they just have such a different culture, and that's a very big thing here in Australia. Like, you're standing around in Sydney and you're gonna see people from everywhere, literally. So I don't know, I wanted to connect with people, but it was a bit harder. So that's one of the things that I find easier here in Gold Coast. Even though I don't go out too much, people are more friendly. Like in the cafe just now, there was a couple of guys just saying hi, how you going? And that's like pretty remarkable in Australia. Like, people don't really talk to you, people don't really approach you at all. If you do it, they're happy to talk to you, but Aussies are very I don't know, I wouldn't say cold, but yeah, a little bit cold. I think that's part of the British culture, still ingrained in them, so I don't blame them. I like them a lot, so it's alright. But yeah, that's another thing that I realized when I got here. People are very, very friendly, and yeah, who wouldn't be, having this amazing spot to live in? Look at that, it's just amazing. I love it so much. Another thing that it's actually pretty important, making a living. I used to do construction back in Sydney. I was working as a carpenter and I was making decent money. It was alright, but the wages sort of change a little bit. They're a bit lower here, but throughout Australia it's pretty consistent. Like, the prices are normally, like, if you're doing construction as a laborer, you can probably get minimum $30 an hour, which is pretty good. But in Sydney, I remember people hiring like students and laborers, like general laborers, that it's people that don't really have a certificate or any trade, and they will get easily $35, $38, $40 an hour, which is a lot of money if you're not like full on into construction. But for example, carpenters that have experience in the trade itself, they can easily make, back in Sydney, probably, I remember my boss telling me that he was making around 700 to 900 bucks a day. But of course, take into account that it was a business. Of course, he wasn't getting paid hourly, but he was getting paid by the amount of work that he was doing. So yeah, you can get really good money here in Australia if you put your mind and effort into it, one thing that you like, and yeah, if you push it and make it work, you can definitely make good money here. But yeah, as I said, throughout Australia, all the wages are pretty similar. The hourly rates are very similar. If I was getting 35-40 bucks an hour in Sydney, you're probably gonna get 30 bucks, 32 bucks here in Gold Coast. Obviously it's not the same in every job, but just generalizing, yeah, it's about 30 bucks, 32 bucks an hour for a laborer. I'm not aware of the prices in hospitality, but I will assume that it's roughly around 28 to 30 bucks an hour as well. That could be very good money for someone that's only arriving to the country. So now we're going to talk about cost of living. That's one of the most concerning things for people today, 2024. Why? There's a lot of people moving to the Gold Coast. I did just 2 months ago. So I can see plenty of internationals and people even from here, from Australia, moving to Gold Coast because it's such a great spot. I've said this already like 10 times in this video, but it's true. I really love this place. It's actually south of Queensland, so the weather is so amazing that even Australians want to come here, especially on vacation, like between November, well, not November, but December to February. There's plenty of Australians traveling around the country. So this is absolutely a go-to in terms of like tourism. So yeah, cost of living is actually going up. I remember in Sydney, even though Sydney is not a cheap place, it's never been. I think last year it was the 3rd most expensive city in the world. So imagine that. Even though you can make good money here in Australia, you're going to be spending a lot of money as well to live here. So in terms of like cost of living, regarding to rent, is actually going up a lot, because people don't really have many places to go to, really. Like there's housing here for sure and apartments and stuff, but the amount of people is, I mean, there's a lot of demand for the amount of offer there it is in terms of like housing. Regarding to food's going up everywhere, and I think that's a phenomenon that's going on everywhere in the world, really. I remember in Sydney, I used to spend roughly around 100 bucks, 120 bucks, but remember, I was only that was only starting the process. So as time goes, you get a different lifestyle, you get certain foods that you like, so you start buying stuff and you have a rough budget. So at the beginning, 4 years ago, I remember I will spend roughly 100, 120 bucks, and that will be enough food for about maybe a week and a half, a week. But here with my cousin, we spend around 250, 300 bucks per week. So we don't really buy stuff that we don't need, so that's a pretty just budget. Gets you around, but it's definitely not cheap. If you're making around $1,000 a week in Australia, spending 150, 200 bucks per week in food, affordable, yes. Cheap, not really. So yeah, that's one of the other things. Okay, so here we are. I think I'm done with the things that I wanted to say on this video. That's some advice from a guy that's been living here 4 years. Definitely there's things that I haven't covered yet, So in the upcoming videos, I'm gonna be showing you guys around and prices differences and stuff like that I'm interested in and you guys might be interested in, so stick around for that. And I wanted to say this on these videos, my main goal is to create an international networking group, so people that want to come here or are already here in Australia, and especially here in Queensland, Gold Coast, Brisbane, please send me a message on Instagram. I'll leave it here, so you can send me a message, and I'm planning to create a group so that we can help each other and yeah, make life easier here in Australia for us, especially international students. So that's me, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you liked it. And now I'm gonna go for a swim. Right, we're going for a swim now. So I'm gonna show you guys how the water is. It's pretty amazing. Stick around. So sick. Lovely weather today. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, I love it. It's pretty cool day today. That's the city over there, and this is the beach. So I want to go for a dip now. Yeah, I love this place so much. Woo! Woohoo! Guys, before I go, I forgot to say something. If you're an Australian as well and you're interested in catching up and making friends and just connecting with people from everywhere around the world, send me a message as well. I'm keen to make friends and yeah, spend time, go around, train together, see new places and stuff. So shoot me a message. Keen to meet people and stuff. So that's me, guys. I'm gonna show you guys the beach for the last time today on this video, not forever. Ew. Cheers.